Hello again. My name's Gabe Zolna. You see me smiling this morning, don't you, huh? Yeah. Well, I was ecstatic about what happened with the FBI director, James Comey. Yeah. And I think what that's also done is it's opened the door. Now, I don't know what was in that letter from the Assistant Attorney General and from the Attorney General that was sent to President Trump. But whatever was in there was enough to have President Trump do what he did. Now, if you watch some of my earlier videos, I had said 2 or 3 years ago that the Clintons and the Obamas detest each other. And they were a Mexican standoff. They both had dirt on the other, but no one would pull the trigger first because of what could happen to them if they did. Now, what did Obama not do that we all thought that he would do? Well, we all thought that prior to leaving the Oval Office, he would pardon Hillary. But he never did. He never pardoned Hillary. So what do I think is going to happen next? Well, I think they're going to open up an investigation on Hillary. And I don't even have to do that. I think what's going to happen is the FBI is going to come forward and present all what they had to a real Attorney General. Not some, well, not someone that was in the bag, like Loretta Lynch was in the bag. And I think they're going to prosecute Hillary over the server issue. And they might even prosecute Billy and Chelsea because of the Clinton Foundation. And who do I think is going to replace the outed FBI Director James Comey? This is just speculation on my part, but I think the congressman from South Carolina, Trey Gowdy. Now, could you picture Trey Gowdy in that role? Kellyanne was asked by one of the reporters, well, wasn't it a little bit premature for President Trump to do that without having someone in the wings? And her response was, how do you know there wasn't someone in the wings? Now, if I'm right about Hillary being prosecuted, who else do I think will be prosecuted? That's Charlie scratching. Who else do I think will be prosecuted? Well, I think they'll open up an investigation on Susan Rice, on Huma Abedin. I personally think that Huma Abedin had more than 3 jobs. You know, she worked for the State Department, she worked for the Clinton Foundation, she worked for some other organization. I also think she worked for Saudi Arabia. And the reason that all those emails were sent by Huma to her hubby, Anthony, I think they got forwarded on to Saudi Arabia. That should be easy enough to prove. The bottom line is that this could be the beginning of doing what needs to be done. And you've heard me say this, you can't make America great again until you first make America sane again. And all that garbage has to be cleaned up, including Barack Hussein Obama. Right now he's jetting all over the world as a rock star, wearing his sunglasses and his shirt open, and he's, the guy's a complete joke. Signing $600 million book deals. He needs to be held accountable for his countless acts of treason and sedition against the American people, against the free world. We'll see where this all leads. There's no doubt in my mind that the removal of the FBI director needed to have been done. It was done. And I'm hoping that the Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, goes after all those other criminals, which is what they are. I got to believe that the Clintons aren't rusty easily. They're probably concerned, as they should be. I got to believe Huma Abedin's concerned, Susan Rice. The list goes on. They all need to be held accountable. The American people have got to feel comfortable that the law isn't just for those at the top to be protected. Justice has to be equal. And it hasn't been. And it needs to be. We'll see what happens. The simple fact that when he was fired, Comey was fired, they showed a clip of him when he was giving all the reasons that Hillary should have been prosecuted. And then when he came and said, well, there's no prosecutor that would go after her. Wasn't his position to say that. But the fact that they showed that tells me that Hillary is going to be, well, she's going to be in court, not as a witness, as a defendant. That's sort of what I think. We'll see. I'm hoping that Trey Gowdy's selected as Comey's replacement, and he is a tenacious bulldog. The reason he hasn't gotten anything done before is he couldn't. Obama was in his way. Obama is no longer in his way. You know what I think, and you know why I think what I think. Let me know what you think. Thanks for listening.